you're looking for a versatile motorcycle, something that can make the daily commute nice and easy, and then on the weekends give you the capable distance of going to see and explore new places. Well, the NC750X is the video we're going to be doing today, and this is the 2025 model, so we'll have a look at what's changed for this particular model. We'll also have a look at its specs and features, we'll have a look at pricing, and we'll possibly consider a competitor or two for you to consider, and I'll give you my verdict at the end of the video. I hope you get the relevant information you're looking for in this video, and you'll reward me with a like and leave a comment down below, and of course consider subscribing to the channel. In case there's any information I've missed, I'll be sure to put the link to the website with all the relevant information to it. Special thanks to Morans Bike Shop here in Drumshanbo in County Leitrim in Ireland, who had the bike available for review. So if you're in the market for a Honda, definitely consider contacting Tadhg and his team there. I'm sure they'd be delighted to assist you. So without further ado, let's get started and have a look at this amazing motorcycle. My name is Ben, and this is Éire Motorcycle Adventures. Right, we're going to start off with what has changed in relation to the previous model. We'll start off with the plastics that they've used on the motorcycle. They've gone for some more sustainable materials. So apparently 34% of the plastic materials are now sustainable on the bike, and the particular material they've used is Drumshanbo. Hope I got that pronunciation right, and it's a more scratch resistant plastic as well. They've also gone with a slight redesign in relation to the panels. They've got a new LED headlights, and they've improved the braking system as well, so it's gone from a single disc brake to a dual disc brake. There's also a new design for the wheels. So the 17-inch wheels front and back are a 3x3 design, which enables it to dissipate the weight a lot better, particularly on the front with the extra disc brake, but they've gone for the design on both front and rear wheels. Those looking at the DCT transmission or double clutch transmission, they've improved the responsiveness, and it's a lot smoother between gear changes. There's also 4 new colours available: earth khaki, earth black, a pearlescent white, and a fighting red. Looking at the headlamp unit, completely new design, full LED with daytime running lights, and our brights are just located down here, and that is your normal beam here, along with LED indicators both left and right, and of course at the rear, and the rear LED light units as well. Looking at the rear, we've got our LED tail light cluster with our LED indicators integrated with a very nice tail tiling. Hey, looking at the front of the bike, we've got twin disc brakes, 296mm, and they're a twin piston caliper. 17-inch wheel on the front, done with that new 3x3 design. 41mm front forks, and that will give you about 120mm of suspension travel. Also to note with the dual disc brakes is their dual channel ABS as well. Looking at the back of the motorcycle, we've got a 240mm single disc brake with a single caliper, single piston caliper, 17-inch wheel, monoshock dampener at the back with the ProLink swing arm, develops 120mm of suspension travel, and of course we've also got ABS on the back. Well, we come to the heart of the motorcycle. This is a 745cc parallel twin. It's liquid cooled, 4-stroke, 8-valve single overhead cam. Develops 43.1 kilowatt. We'll put the brake horsepower on screen, but it's probably just over 57 brake horsepower. And it also develops 69 newton meters of torque. That's mated with a 6-speed manual transmission, or if you're going to go automatic, you've got the dual clutch transmission, which is a 6-speed. Just on the power of the motorcycle, there's also an A2 license compatible 35 kilowatt version to go for, so there is that option in case you are a beginner and you've got an A2 license and you really like the style of the motorcycle, you can consider the A2 variant. Obviously specs and pricing, you'll have to contact your local Honda dealer in relation to that. Fuel consumption figures, you're looking at about 3.5 litres per 100. There's a 14.1 litre fuel tank, and that is actually just located over here. The fuel flap for the motorcycle is here. So in return it should give you a range of around 400 kilometers, but of course that also depends on how you ride your motorcycle. If you're a lot more heavier, you like the acceleration more, you might see the range fluctuate. A couple of other specifications. Ground clearance is 145 millimeters. Seat height is 802 millimeters, which I think is very manageable for a bike of this size. And then finally the curb weight, 216 kilograms and 226 with the DCT transmission. Right, the DCT transmission. I've specifically come back, you'll probably see that I'm wearing different clothes, but I've come back to Morans Bike shop here in Drumshanbo because they've got the DCT version in, and I wanted to include this in the manual NC750X video. So DCT, what is DCT? For those that do not know what that is, well, first of all, it's dual clutch transmission. What that means is there are two clutches in this gearbox, and what it'll do is it'll have all the odd numbers of the gearbox on one clutch and all the even numbers on another clutch. So what that means is it pre-selects the next gear as such and has it in ready mode. So when you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's very quick on the transmission. It changes quicker than it does manually. That's, in theory, that's how the gearbox works its magic when it's changing. But that is what dual clutch transmission is. Well, let's have a look at the seating position. 802 millimeters, as I said earlier. I'm 5'11", so for those that want to compare my size in relation to how the bike looks, I know just straight away looking at the seats, it's definitely got a wider section around here. It feels nice and soft, so let's try it out. Just one thing to note, obviously it's much lower than my own bike. 890 millimeters is my own bike, and this is definitely a lot manageable. My feet are easily on the ground. I can maneuver the bike quite well. There's no issues there. It feels very comfortable. The seat is definitely quite soft, and like I said, it's wider around this section here, so I can feel it covers my bottom quite well. Reaching the controls, everything looks good. Doesn't feel like I'm overstretching. Nice. Right, let's have a look at the storage. With the bike you get a 23 litre storage tank or area on the bike. So to open it, it requires the key, which I've got right here. So all you do is, you'll notice that you've got a petrol symbol here, and you've got the open symbol on the right. So that's what we're going to do here. That's for the storage box, and there you have it. To close it, all you do is click it like that, push it down, and it's locked and ready to go. To open the fuel tank or the fuel flap, turn it to the left, you'll hear a click behind me. There's a hinge there, and that's where the fuel tank is located. Once you're done fueling up, just simply lift the lever up and put it on the slide and click it down into place. Right, let's get it started and see how she sounds. Make sure it's a neutral, of course. Let's look at the handlebar setup. On the left here, we've got our menu selection, which is to access the menu on the new 5-inch TFT display. We're going to go into the TFT display shortly. We've got different ride modes, which are selectable here. Our brights, horn, indicators on the right, kill switch, engine start, and a standalone hazard light switch, which is interesting. Normally I've seen that built into the indicator switch. There's the handlebar setup, and we're going to move into the TFT display. Here is the handlebar setup for the NC750X DCT version. Now the first thing we can notice here on the left is there is no clutch. It's replaced with two buttons. On this side here you've got a plus and a minus down the bottom. On the far right side you have your gear selector. So you've got drive, / manual, and of course neutral. What that means is when you start the bike up, it'll always start up in neutral, tap it into drive, and then effectively it's a full automatic. So as you start accelerating, it'll change the gears accordingly. Then you've got manual, just tap it again to the left, and then you can manually select your gears with the minus and the plus buttons. Right, let's have a look at the new 5-inch TFT display that comes with this motorcycle. It's also Honda Road Sync compatible as well, so you can pair up your phone, navigation instruction, play music, take telephone calls, etc. Like most Hondas, there are Honda accessories. Here are 4 packs that you can customize your new NC750X with. The first of these packs is the Adventure Pack. In this you'll get fog lights, side pipes, knuckle guards. In the Comfort Pack you'll get the high screen, foot deflector set, heated grips, comfort main seat and comfort pillion seat. The Travel Pack includes panniers left and right, 32 litres and 33 litres, pannier inner bags, pannier support stay, aluminium pannier panels and a USB charger. Our last pack, the Urban Pack, will include a 50-litre top box, rubber mounting pad, 25-litre top box inner bag and an aluminium top box panel. Also includes the carrier for the top box. Right, competitor you can consider is the Kawasaki Versys 650. Good looking bike, offers a decent performing engine, a little bit more brake horsepower, offers all the niceties that you expect from a modern bike, TFT display, smartphone capability, traction control, offers good dynamics in relation to touring capability and comfort, and that starts at €10,950. Another option would have been the Suzuki V-Strom 650, however this has been discontinued in Europe now, so will not form part of the competitors list. However, it might still be available in other markets, so consider checking the Suzuki out. I do believe that there is an 800 out, which is to replace this engine because the emission standards were pretty strict. So maybe consider that, but it'll be a lot higher on price. Okay, in relation to pricing in Ireland starts at €10,799. That's the manual. You can get the DCT dual clutch transmission version for an extra $1,000 on top of that, so €11,799. If you're international, be sure to check with your local Honda dealer in relation to pricing. Specification could change depending on the country, so specs that I've gone through here may not be available in your country as well, so just make sure that you're aware of that, and of course confirm pricing with your local dealer. Right, time for my verdict. The NC750X has been around since 2011 when it was introduced in Europe, and the bike has been extremely popular ever since. It's the reason why it's still around. They're constantly improving it, they're constantly looking at ways to make your riding experience a lot better. If we have a look at the updates they put in this motorcycle, improving the braking system, changing the styling a little bit, integrating LED lighting technology, improving the transmission, the dual clutch transmission, and improving the overall balance of the bike as well with this update. I think they're going to do extremely well with this, and I'm sure the bike's going to continue in popularity as it's consistently taken up. For those that want that commute, something that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, it's going to return decent fuel consumption, and of course when you do decide to do some touring, it's definitely something that is capable of doing that. So definitely consider checking it out on your list of bikes if you are in the market for an NC750X. Be sure to go to your Honda dealer, take it for a spin, see what you think. Don't necessarily take my word for it. I'm just providing you with the information, and it's up to you to actually go out and check it out. Guys, that's all I have time for. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you got the best experience out of it. Please do not forget to give it a like, put a comment down below, and consider subscribing to the channel if you're here for the first time. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.